Can we talk about your day-to-day job as CEO of Katzcy? Like what type of tasks do you do every day? Like what, all of our listeners tend to think like, ooh, I would like to be a CEO someday, or I'd like to start my own company. Like what is the actual nuts and bolts of what you do with Katzcy? And what is Katzcy about?
So Katzcy is a growth company, number one. We help grow startups and small businesses in cybersecurity and IT, but we also help grow professionals through cyber games and events. And it's different being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
It changed my life. It changed the way I look at things. When all the responsibility is on your shoulder, it can be life-changing. But I love it. I do. So the hours aren't your typical hours. They're not 9 to 5. It's kind of constant. In terms of everyday task, it could be anything from payroll to sales to getting in and actually doing strategy work for clients on how do you position this product or this service, all the way to how are we going to run games and what do the players want and how do we set up this tournament and which partners do we want to bring involved. What I love is that it changes every day. And the cool part is being your own CEO, if you will, having your own company, you get to decide who you work with. And I love working with passionate people about cybersecurity. And so that's probably the best part.
Nice. What types of work problems keep you up at 3 a.m. or wake you up in the middle of the night at 3 a.m.? Like what are the the stressors or the things that that
so it's different, right? Because I remember the days working in cybersecurity, what was waking me up was there's a pen test going on at night, out in California. What are they going to break? What's going to happen?
Yeah.
And I was constantly on call for things like that whenever it had to be escalated. But now it's really about trying to work out problems in your head, right? Because you're in meetings all day long. So really the only time your brain shuts down and can really think through things is at night. So let's see, last night I was thinking through, we had this big launch for the company called playcyber.com. And we're trying to figure out, how we're going to come up with some amazing games throughout the year. And it's funny. One of the challenges I think the market has and what I'm kind of grappling right now in terms of workforce is there's a lot of discussion around pipeline, Chris. And everybody knows it's important to try to push more people into cybersecurity jobs.
Sure.
But one of the things not being as explored as much, I would say, is the fact that there's burnout, right?
Yes.
In our community, our workforce, cybersecurity, there's a huge amount of burnout. And what we have is these brilliant cybersecurity people that go through college, they get their careers and they're excited and they're passionate about cybersecurity, right? And then they get locked into a position either at a SOC or working for a company. Yep. And all of a sudden, boredom of mundane tasks and am I really helping anybody? Am I just clocking hours?
Yes.
Really kind of sets in. And so the question becomes, how do we spark those individuals, give them an ignition, give them some kind of respark into cybersecurity. And I know that there's an answer with cyber games, but I don't know how to get it so that corporations can really appreciate the value of cyber games. So that's something I'm constantly thinking through. And last night I was up at 3 a.m., really kind of thinking through, specifically what can I do to help contribute to that problem or contribute to the problem, help solve that problem.
Help solve the problem. Yeah. New episodes of the Cyberwork podcast are available every Monday at 1 p.m. Central. And don't forget to check out our hands-on training series, Cyberwork Applied. Each week, expert Infosec instructors teach you a new cybersecurity skill and show you how that skill applies to real-world scenarios. Go to infosecinstitute.com/learn to stay up to date on all things cyberwork.